All right, so let me tell you what I'm doing this morning. Basically, I'm just covering a bunch of water. I'm trying to find little sections that the wind or the current is blowing on. It could be a little tule stretch with some riprap wall, or it could be a tule point. So I'm just looking for some current, I'm looking for some wind to throw this buzzbait on, and I'm covering a lot of water quickly today. And the sun's just now coming up, so I'm throwing the darker Damiki bait here, the buzz bait, and then when the sun comes up, I'll go to a lighter colored one. So this one right now is more of the, this is the bluegill color, it's a little darker, and I'll go to one that's more of a shad pattern that's more white. So let's cover some water, see if I can't put some big ones in the boat today. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh yeah. So basically, I'm just fishing a current beaten bank right here. I'm bringing my bait with the current and just covering a bunch of water. I'm hugging the tules pretty close, and there's a pretty decent one right there. And I just keep covering water as fast as I can, looking for those active fish. Oh, another one. Another one. So basically right now I'm in about 5 feet of water, current's coming through, and I'm throwing it up in about 2 feet and just bringing it back to the boat at about I don't know, a 30-degree angle, and just making medium casts to the edge of the weed lines and bringing it back in. There's another one. Make sure after you catch a fish, you go back and you check your buzz bait to make sure it's not all bent and that it's swimming straight. These fish, especially the bigger ones, will bend it up pretty good and it won't swim straight. So just go back and make sure you have it tuned up properly afterwards before your next cast. All right, so I'm taking a little bit of a break. I want to show you a quick tip on the way you can make this Damiki Noisy MTB buzzbait into 2 separate kind of baits. Now, right now it's got the ball knocker on it, and you can see when it's in the water, it's going to make this sound. Let's see if I can get it going good. So it's got some noise to it. It's going to be knocking on here, so that's pretty good for some stained water, but if you get into some clear water, you want it to be a little bit more subtle. So the cool thing about this bait is that it's basically 2 baits in one. You've got a noisy version, and now it's got the little ball knocker is on a hinge style here, and I'm going to show you how I take this off, and it's real quick on how to make it a silent version. It's got 2 little hooks on the end, open-ended style wire keeper on here. I've got a pair of pliers that have a split ring tool on the end of it. So basically, you just stick it right into the hinge where it bends, and you stick your split ring tool in there, and you pop off one side, and then you stick it in the other one, and you pop off the other. And so that noisy little rocker arm comes off real easy, and now you got a silent version. Still makes some commotion, still makes some noise, but it's a little bit more subtle for clear water or those finicky fish. And then to put it back and be the noisy version, you just hang on to this arm here, You put it in between the two ball bearings, and you just clip it right back on both sides. And then, you know, if one of them's a little bent, like this one's a little bit open, then you're just going to take your pliers, and then you got to make sure the ball bearing slid over on me. Take your pliers and then just bend it right back down to secure it on there so the arm doesn't fall off. And so then just crimp it, and then you're back to having your noisy version. So real versatile, the Damiki MTB, it's either a subtle, more silent version, or you can have the knocker, and on there it's going to be a lot more noisy. So give those two tips a try when you're out there, depending on how the mood of the fish, and hopefully it'll help you catch a few more with this tip on how to tune your tackle. Yep, there's another one. I'm not catching huge ones, but man, I'm catching a lot, and that's fun. I don't care if they're 4 pounds or 1 pound. If you're catching fish all day, that's just fun. Oh, they missed. Whoa, look out.